Anger doesn't mean you're strong. It usually means you're still hurt and haven't dealt with it, Stoics believed. You will continue to suffer if you react with the same emotion that hurt you. So if you're always angry, you're still enslaved. You know, we all get angry. We've all said things that we regret saying. We've done things that we wish we could take back. Anger is a powerful emotion, but it becomes a destructive emotion when it's not controlled. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about the reason you're still angry. So many of us hold on to anger because we think it justifies our behavior or our perspective. And what I want to do is I want to show you something that will help you detach from that anger so that you can move forward with your life more peacefully. So stick around until the end of this episode where I'm going to share with you a quote from the Stoics that I think will really help you right now. So let's go back to the basics. What causes anger? Well, it's when we perceive that something has been taken away from us, that something is being withheld from us, that something has been done to us unjustly. And we react in anger. Well, the first thing to realize is that these things don't actually cause anger. They only appear to cause anger. It's our judgment about the situation that causes our anger. So for example, if somebody cuts you off in traffic, they don't actually make you angry. Your interpretation of the situation makes you angry. Because in that moment, you might be thinking, I'm going to be late because of this person's fault. This person is a terrible person. I pay good money for my premium gas, and now I'm going to be late. So it's your interpretation of the situation that causes your anger, not the situation itself. Epictetus says it this way: it is not events that upset us, but our judgments about the events. Now that doesn't mean that you shouldn't get upset. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't have high expectations of other people. Of course you should. But what it does mean is that when those expectations are violated, when those things don't go the way that you wanted them to, that you need to be prepared to not get upset. You can't control the actions of other people. You can't control the circumstances that happen to you. You can only control your reaction to those circumstances. So what Epictetus is getting at here is that you should have a sort of detachment from the outcome. You should have a detachment from whether or not your expectations are met. And this is very difficult for us to do, especially in today's world. We live in a world where we're incentivized to constantly chase new things, to constantly strive for more, to constantly get more angry over things that are happening around us. The news is designed to make you angry. Social media is designed to make you angry. Politics is designed to make you angry. And we have to remember that anger isn't always a bad thing. Seneca says that anger is a strong and powerful emotion that can be used for good or for bad. He says, there is a point at which anger ceases to be a virtue and becomes a fault. And that point is when it does not end when the injustice is past. So anger is good when it motivates us to right a wrong, when it helps us correct an injustice. But anger becomes a problem when we hold on to it long after the injustice has occurred. In fact, when we hold on to anger, we're actually doing ourselves an injustice. Marcus Aurelius says, when you're angry, you're giving the other person power over you. So when we choose to hold on to our anger, when we choose to continue to feel that injustice from all those years ago, we're actually giving that injustice even more power over us. So how do we let go of that anger? Well, Marcus Aurelius says this: no one can harm you. No one can insult you, as you don't have the power to be upset. It's up to you to be clear-eyed about what is in your control and what is not. So the remedy for anger is to have a proper understanding of what is within our control and what is not within our control. And the anger comes from the belief that we can control everything. The anger comes from the belief that we can control other people, that we can control outcomes, that we can control what happened yesterday. The truth is, we can't control any of those things. All we can control is our response to those things, and that's what Stoic detachment is all about. If you want to learn more about Stoic philosophy, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss our next videos. Thanks for watching.